everyone, this is Meela Vijay Pense and let's see what the first week of November 2020 has in store for the sun sign Aquarius. So the first week of November 2020 for the Aquarians is kind of going to be a week where you will feel that everything is absolutely balanced. The reason being is that you are going to keep your emotions absolutely under control. You are going to look at the happenings in your life on all the areas more on a logical and a reasoning manner than through the emotional lens. So that is going to be able to help you to balance out the things much more properly. It's just that there is also a tendency for this first week of November 2020 particularly that you might become a little bit emotionally aloof and not really want to interact with people unless and until it is absolutely necessary. So just see to it that you being a little bit emotionally aloof and distant does not hurt the feelings of others. Having your own space is absolutely fine, but at the same point of time, it would be advisable if you balance out this feeling by communicating with people who actually want to be close with you. Otherwise, what will happen is you will actually land up hurting them just because you want to be on your own. So refrain from doing that. Moving on to the work section, it could be quite some time that you're not really happy at your workspace. You're rather not happy at your workspace because the job satisfaction is no longer there. Things may be happening but not happening for you. Work must be going on, but then you are not happy with whatever is happening. Your heart is wanting something more. You know, you want to probably try something different. You might really want to quit your job and try some other company, or you might want to try something different within the same job profile that you're currently doing. But whatever it is, in the end, what is being seen is that you are not satisfied at your place of work. So there is a chance that you might actually talk out with your seniors. You might discuss certain things with them, and you might bring in a little bit changes in the way you work. So it is a week of discussion at work. It is a week for self-reflection at your place of work to find out where things are going wrong, to see to it that communication is happening where it needs to happen, and bringing things in order to see to it that you don't feel that dissatisfied at your place of work. Moving on to the area of finances, there are chances that in order to grow financially, you might be thinking of doing something extra apart from the usual work that you do. So there are chances that if in case you are self-employed, you might actually open up a new branch of a business. You might expand your business. If in case you're trading in a particular area, you might actually want to start importing and exporting internationally. Basically, what you're really looking out is at growth, expansion of your work or your business so that more money can come in. If in case you're employed at a firm, what you might actually want to think of do is freelance so that the extra money comes in. So in one way or the other, on the financial front, though you're very settled and everything has happened, what you're wanting is growth, and you're going to strive for that for this first particular week of November 2020. You're going to bring the plans in place so that your work expands and the finances become much more better. When it comes to relationship, now here is a space of caution for the Aquarians for the first week of November 2020. This is because you might actually feel that in your relationship, especially if you're dating someone or even within a marriage, things have actually come to a standstill. Let's say things have come to a halt. Now this is just a temporary phase, and it's a phase of 1 week. Sometimes, in a relationship, we feel things are not happening, and this happens because probably at times even in a relationship, the energy becomes a little bit stagnated. So nothing is like happening. So what ideally is advised for the Aquarians for the first week of November is to puff some life and energy and put some of yourself into the relationship. Now this can be done by probably going out and having a few hours having some good conversation, some good communication, basically easing up within the relationship, doing things which are a little bit different, so that you might find a little different kind of an energy within the relationship. There are also chances that if you are about to get engaged, or if you're about to get married, and if you're not married, you might actually want some time to think about the marriage. There are possibilities that your engagement or your marriage could be a little bit preponed or a little bit postponed. The postponement is more possible than a preponement, but you might want to take your own time deciding things in a relationship. So take your time, communicate, and see to it that the creases are smoothened out. Moving on to the area of health. Health for the Aquarians is absolutely excellent for this month. You might feel that you have put on a little bit of weight recently. So a very good way of shedding it off in a very most natural manner is to just walk it off. So a little bit of exercise, but majorly walking in let's say walking for at least 35 minutes to 40 minutes a day, probably walking in a garden, walking amongst nature, or even a little bit of a light jog could prove very useful for you in making you feel active. If you don't do that, you might feel a little bit sluggish. The health is very nice, but then if you're going to feel that sluggish, probably your digestive system may not also be very friendly and helpful with you. So the first week of November, see to it that if you want to take care of your health, get a little bit active, go outdoors, go for a walk, go for a light jog, and let those juices, literally digestive juices, get going. Hope you have a very happy week ahead.